Leo, welcome to your weekly horoscope for April 20th to the 26th, 2026. My name's Adeana. I'm an intuitive astrologer. Leo, this week is stretching you, and not in a comfortable way, but in a necessary one. You are being asked to expand your perspective, your beliefs, and your willingness to step outside of what feels familiar, because where you're going next requires a version of you that thinks differently, moves differently, and trusts differently. We start the week off on April 20th with a powerful activation in your ninth house of higher learning, belief systems, travel, and expansion. Mercury forms a conjunction to both Mars and Saturn in Aries. And we are also still very much in the Mars Saturn conjunction energy that we had on April 19th. So this is mental pressure, but with purpose. This is discipline in your thinking. This is you committing to a new path of learning, refining your beliefs, and taking action toward something that expands your life in some way. You may be making serious decisions about education, travel, or even your long term vision. This is you getting clear on what you believe and why. However, you do have to watch for rigidity, frustration, or feeling blocked when you're trying to move forward. You may feel challenged by opposing viewpoints or even question your own direction. This is not the time to shut down. This is the time to stay open but discerning. You don't need to defend your beliefs through force, but you need to strengthen them through understanding. Then we get to April 23rd, and we have the final conjunction between Venus and Uranus in your 10th house of career, public image, and life direction. This is going to be the last conjunction between Venus and Uranus, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So it's quite a potent energy. But this week, we also have Uranus entering Gemini, which we're going to get into. However, this signifies a closing of some kind. This is a breakthrough moment in your professional life. This could bring unexpected opportunities, sudden recognition, or a change in direction that aligns more authentically with who you are. You may also feel inspired to take a risk, to do something different, or to break away from outdated career structures. This is an innovation in your public life. However, you do have to watch for instability, sudden changes that feel out of your control, and also feeling uncertain about your path or how others perceive you. You need to trust that disruption at this time is redirection. If something shifts suddenly, ask yourself, is this actually freeing me from something that was limiting? Then we get to April 24th, and we have Venus entering your 11th house of friendships, community, and long term goals. This is where the energy becomes more social, more connected. This is alignment. This is you attracting people who resonate with your vision, forming meaningful connections, and feeling supported within your network. This is where collaboration becomes powerful. However, you do have to watch for superficial connections here, people pleasing and aligning with groups that look good on the surface but don't actually support your growth. You need quality over quantity. Not everyone who's around you is aligned with where you're going. Then we get to April 25th, and this is where everything begins to shift long term. Uranus officially enters Gemini in your 11th house, beginning a brand new cycle of evolution when it has to do with your friendships, your social circles, community, and future goals. This is a social awakening. This can bring exciting new connections, innovative collaborations, and opportunities through your network. You may even find yourself over the next 8 years being drawn to different kinds of people or people who challenge you, inspire you, and expand your thinking. Your future is changing, and so are the people in it. However, you do have to watch for instability within friendships during this period, sudden changes in your social circles, or you may even start to feel disconnected or unsure where you belong out within your social circles or groups that you are connected to. Just remember that you're not losing your place, you are redefining it. Let your environment evolve with you. Then we get to April 25th, and we have the sun in your 10th house, forming a square to Pluto in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. This is where tension arises between your career and your relationships. You may feel pulled between your personal ambitions and the expectations of a partner. There may be power dynamics, control issues, or a need to redefine boundaries. This can be some type of transformation within a partnership or relationship. This could also be you creating relationships that support your growth, not limit it. But you do have to watch for power struggles or feeling controlled or trying to control someone else. You cannot build a fulfilling life with sacrificing yourself for others or by expecting others to sacrifice for you. This is about balance. Then we get to April 26th, and we have Mercury in your ninth house squaring Jupiter in your 12th house of the subconscious and inner world. This can feel like mental overload. Your mind may be racing with ideas, questions, possibilities, but you may be struggling to ground them. You may feel pulled between logic and intuition, between what you think and what you feel. However, you may receive some insight at this time. This is connecting your inner wisdom with your external perspective. However, you do have to watch for overthinking or confusion or escaping into ideas without taking action. This is where you do need to slow down. Not every realization needs to be acted on immediately. Let things integrate. And then we have Venus in your 11th house forming a sextile to Neptune in your ninth house. This is inspired connection. This is where your relationships align with your vision. This is where conversations feel meaningful, where ideas flow, where you feel supported in your expansion. This is where things begin to make sense. Leo, this week is about expansion and alignment. You are being asked to grow beyond your current perspective and to align your external world with that growth. And it may feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Because, Leo, the next chapter requires a bigger version of yourself. You are not just expanding your life, you are expanding who you believe yourself to be.